Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are doing a collaboration with Lexi Jong and we are talking about our top 5 items or releases from the spring of 2021. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. As many of you know, I'm a makeup artist and also esthetician, and I now have an online beauty consulting service. This is where you and I talk about any and all beauty concerns you might have. The benefit of using my services is I don't work for any brand in particular, I work for myself. So if I do happen to have product recommendations, these are items or brands that I think will work the best for you. I'm not persuaded by any company in particular. I don't work for anyone but myself. And when you book your appointment, you pay for my years of training, my education in the field, my expertise, my knowledge, and my years of experience working one-on-one with clients, and you get this individual attention with whatever need you might have. So if you want to make an appointment, click the link in the description box down below. All right, so I'm sure many of you know Lexi. She is another fabulous luxury beauty lover. She does very, very in-depth, very detailed reviews. You know, she talks a lot about similar brands, like she talks about Chanel and Dior, of course. I think she's a bit more of a Tom Ford fanatic than I am, but I could be wrong. I know she talks about Sisley and Hermes, and you know, she's just a luxury makeup lover, and I just really like her reviews. Especially she does a lot of swatches and they're just like so well detailed. So she messaged me a couple months ago and we thought we would do our top 5 releases or top 5 products from the spring. It's pretty difficult to whittle it down. You know, there's been a lot of new stuff coming out recently, but I think I forced myself to come up with my top 5, and we also agreed that we could have 3 honorable mentions. So I have my top 5 with a few honorable mentions. I'm not sure how many honorable mentions Lexi will have. Time will tell. So for me, the first item that I thought of, this was the top of my list when I was ruminating about my top spring releases from the year. This is from Chanel, and this is their blush and highlighter duo. This is the Fleurs de Printemps. So this has been very well loved by yours truly. It's what I'm wearing today on my cheeks. And this is part of Chanel's spring release this year. So the spring launch this year was a little bit different. It was a little imbalanced. It came out completely in certain countries, and here in Canada, we got little bits and bobs of the collection, but one of them being this beautiful cheek palette right here. And I have to say, it's everything that you've heard. I'm sure that a lot of us here on YouTube have talked about this and raved about it, and it's all true. It's magnificent. It really is this perfect blend of like peachy and slightly pink, slightly coral blush. What I like to do is I take my brush and I just mix it around. I make a big mess. I dip into the highlighter and the blush 2-in-1, and I just apply, and this beautiful color appears on your cheeks. It's illuminating, but it's not like a chunky glitter. It's not a too intense highlighter. It's just soft and subtle and gives you this like candlelit glow lit from within. And I've considered getting a backup. I believe it's still online. It is limited edition, but if you've been on the fence about this, if you're not sure if you should get it, it's a really good product. I think it works on a lot of different skin tones as well. You can go in first into the blush and then apply the highlighter on top separately just to give a more natural finish, but I like either way. I like swirling the brush around or going in individually. It's really up to you. And yeah, this was the first item that I was like, okay, complete no-brainer. This is my #1 pick for my top 5 spring releases. All right, moving on to some more Chanel. We have here an item from the Le Blanc collection, which was all about pearls and pearlescent glow and illuminating and all that. So I definitely did not get many items from this collection here, but one of them that I did get that I loved is this Stylo Ombre Contour, and this is the shade Beige Perlé. So these are technically eyeshadow and eyeliner. You can do one or both, whatever you want with them. And I got 2 of these with the Le Blanc collection, but this color here is my favorite. It's a lightened brown with a bit of gold shift. So if you want liner that's not too heavy and not too dark, you can take this in the waterline and it doesn't smudge, it doesn't run away even though it isn't waterproof. And you can also wear it as an eyeshadow, as like a one and done look, just kind of wrap it around the eye. And I just really like this shade, this light brown that's a little bit sparkly. It's just kind of nice to add to my collection. I have a lot of like dark brown, reddish brown, purple liners, which are nice, but just a lightened version is nice too. Okay, moving on to some Chantecaille. This was a no-brainer as well. This is their Future Skin Gel Foundation. This is the cushion version, and I have the shade called Nude. So I'm a big fan of the original Future Skin Gel Foundation in the pot, and so when this compact cushion came out, I was like, interesting. But this cushion here is so fantastic. You still get this fresh water-based foundation that's very hydrating and lightweight, but you just get this like instant perfecting, instant blur with the application. You get like a little sponge here when you apply, and I find that the cushion here offers more coverage than the original Future Skin Gel Foundation. It's still lightweight and buildable, but just from the first time you apply the compact, you just get a lot more perfection and coverage, and it's really lovely. I didn't think this would like usurp my original Future Skin, but if I had to repurchase, I would go ahead and repurchase this cushion here over the original. I just think it's so fantastic, and it's also a little bit easier to use because you do get your cushion in there or your compact directly. You don't have to try to extract the foundation with a brush or anything, so it is really nice. And also when you buy your cushion here, you automatically get a refill for your second foundation. I know it is a bit pricey, but for me it was definitely worth getting, especially because you do get a second backup of the foundation, so it's almost like getting 2 in 1. So if you do buy this foundation, be sure to open up the box completely and extract your refill before throwing it out, because that would be a deep tragedy. Next up here from Chantecaille is their beautiful Butterfly Eye Quartet, which of course has the most beautiful compact. Chantecaille really knows how to make packaging. So on the inside here, you have these 4 shades that vary from like a light satin finish to this like triple chrome pearlescent shine. The colors in the palette here are all supposed to be emblematic of the colors on the flutter of a butterfly's wings. So you get a soft taupe, a nice peachy color for every day, a more dark brown purpley mysterious shade, and my absolute favorite one, this like triple chrome pearlescent green shift. The formula is super buttery and super creamy. They're all easy to use either individually or blended together. They're all just really wonderful. For me, my absolute favorite shade is the more flashy green color, but I just really appreciate the mixture of shades. You can do something really light and really sheer, or you can build it up. And something that I just noticed is that this light peachy color kind of reminds me of a shade from one of Chantecaille's duos here. This is the duo called Monte Carlo, and there's a light peachy color in here as well. They have a different texture. I would say that the one in the Hummingbird palette is more buttery. It's a powder, but it feels more creamy, whereas this one here in the duo is a bit more light, and it kind of looks and feels, the texture is a bit more powdery, but they kind of reminded me of each other, so I just wanted to swatch them side by side here just to compare. And then the last in my top 5 here is the new Givenchy Prisme Libre Skin Caring Glow Foundation. And the shade that I'm wearing is 4N280. So this is meant to be a lightweight, light coverage, radiant, long-wearing foundation. I did a full wear test on my channel a few days ago, or a few videos ago. And this foundation does exactly what it claims to do. This is what I'm wearing today as a foundation. It's lightweight. It's definitely more in the light to medium category. It's sheer. It's very fluid. It's very runny. The foundation that this reminds me of the most is the Chanel Beige. That lightweight, sheer, runny, hydrating foundation. This stays luminous. It stays hydrating throughout the day. I think it's really wonderful. This is definitely my type of foundation. I like ones that are light with like the possibility of turning medium, but you kind of have to build it up a bit. This foundation is also supposed to have some skincare benefits as well. You know, unfortunately with my channel, I tend to try out and just have a lot of foundations in rotation, but this is a foundation that if you were to wear this every single day, it's supposed to have some skincare benefits as well. I haven't seen that yet, mostly because I'm alternating with other products at the same time. All right, let's move on to some honorable mentions. So the first one here is from Dior, and this is part of their Backstage collection. This is their face and body powder, no powder. And I have the shade 3N, which is described as a light to medium with neutral undertones. So this powder is supposed to be gel-based. It's supposed to leave your skin with a luminous matte finish, and it's not supposed to give you a powdery finish on your skin. Now, I have dehydrated skin. My skin lacks water, not oil. I've used this as a foundation, just like going in with a big brush and applying it for like a really light finish. And I used it today on top of my foundation. I think both ways are magnificent, and it really doesn't give you a cakey, powdery effect. It's somehow a very luminous foundation. It says it's supposed to be a luminous matte. I think if you have very oily skin, this is not a mattifying foundation whatsoever, or mattifying powder, I should say. But since I don't really look for mattifying powders, it's really great for me. And it says it has a matte, radiant finish, but for me, it's definitely more on the radiant side, and I'm really here for it. I've seen some people online buy some of the darker compacts and use them as bronzers, which I think would be lovely as well, because they have this like really soft, light, radiant finish. So as a bronzer, I think it would just give you like a really soft glow, like you just came in from the beach or something. All right, so my second honorable mention is from Chanel, and this is the nail polish called Perle Burgundy. This was also part of the Le Blanc collection, part of the whole pearl inspiration. So this, I would call it a purpley burgundy red with a pearlescent warm tone golden swirl. I think that's the best way to describe this. It's really a lovely color. If you like sort of dark polishes that have a little shift, that sort of lift up the color a little bit, I think this is definitely for you. It kind of reminds me of maybe Vamp in that category, in that vein of like dark polishes, but they have like a little something to them. I know that this shade might not be for everyone, but I'm really happy that I got it, and I think it's a nail polish that actually looks nicer in person than it does look online. Okay, so the last item here is from Guerlain, and these are the beautiful Meteorite blush pearls. Now, for a lot of people, these have been quite difficult to get a hold of. I got these through Harrods, and I think they were only available through British retailers. I thought that they were available in the US, but I think this was a UK release for some reason. So Harrods, Selfridges, John Lewis, these types of retailers have them. Sometimes they get a shipment and they sell out in like 5 minutes, but I think John Lewis still currently has them. So if I can find any links that will work for you, I will put them down below. I have no idea why these are limited edition. These are the fabulous Meteorite pearls, but in a blush. So you get a mixture of the warm and cool tone pearls. You get a mixture of warm and cool tone highlighters. So when you swirl your brush around, get a little bit of everything. It has the fabulous Meteorite signature scent. It's just so wonderful, and I love how pink it is. I love just looking at this packaging here. It's really just absolutely lovely. Hopefully one day Guerlain realizes how much we love these blush pearls, and just comes out with like a whole line of these. Wouldn't that be amazing? All right, so these were my top 5 spring beauty releases with a couple of honorable mentions. I'm really excited to see what Lexi picked. I'm sure she has impeccable taste, so I can't wait to see what she picked out. And I wonder if we have any overlapping items. We might have 1 or 2, but I think there'll be some differences as well. So please make sure to go check out her video. If you're new to my channel, make sure you're subscribed and also hit the notification bell on the side so you can be notified whenever I post a new video. Make sure to leave a comment and let me know what were some of your favorite releases from the spring this year. Were there any favorites in today's video? And just let me know, because I know some of us, including myself, have been buying from the permanent collections recently. So if you've discovered something that's like new to you, leave that down below as well. Alright guys, I think this is it for today's video. So thank you all so much for stopping by. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!